South America is home to some of the most amazing hikes in the world. There are incredibly diverse landscapes. With hundreds of different trails sprawling across the continent, this guide will help you discover some of the best places to hike in South America. So, whether you're looking for a jungle trek in the rolling hills of Colombia, volcano treks in the towering mountains of Ecuador, or cliff climbing amongst the glaciers of Patagonia, welcome to HTA World, and in this video, we'll walk you through 10 dangerous trails in South America that offer hikers otherworldly beauty and a thrilling escape into nature. So strap on your boots and let's get trekking. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for more exciting videos. Cerro Torre, Patagonia, Argentina. This vertical granite peak is more than 3,120 meters tall, with glaciers accounting for a sizable portion. Of course, there are taller peaks in the world, but its steep incline and the harsh weather conditions together make it very difficult to climb. In fact, over the decades, mountaineers have even been accused of making false claims about conquering this peak. It was only as late as 1974 that 4 climbers from Región del Leco were officially acknowledged to have scaled this peak. Huayna, Picchu, Peru. Your visit to Peru is incomplete without experiencing the enchantment of Machu Picchu. The Inca Trail is among the most popular trekking trails in Peru. The real danger starts when you reach Huayna Picchu, or the Hike of Death. This 1,000-foot hike comprises exposed corners, slippery stones, and crumbling stones. Besides, mist and clouds would add more difficulties to your trekking drill. Once you reach the top, the captivating bird's-eye view washes away all the fear and pain. Santa Cruz Trek, Peru. This hike takes you through some incredible sceneries with bright turquoise lakes, tall pointy mountains, as well as flat deserted landscapes. The trail takes you from about 3,700 meters altitude and mountain landscape down to 2,900 meters altitude and more tropical nature. Before you start this hiking, it is recommended to spend at least a couple of days acclimatizing to the altitude in Huaraz. The best time to hike is from May to mid-September, when the weather is generally good and the mountains are clear. Check the local weather conditions before you set out and be diligent in monitoring current conditions, as weather can change quickly in the mountains. Pichincha Volcano, Ecuador. Pichincha is an active stratovolcano overlooking Quito, the capital city of Ecuador. The trek takes roughly 5 to 6 hours and the altitude makes it tough. The early section is marked and it's more of an amble at first with a gradual incline. The last hour is challenging as the trail gets steeper and sandier. The trail becomes difficult for the last 30 to 45 minutes, and you will have to scramble and climb rocks to reach the top. Some hikers turn around at the summit because the loop that takes you around the peak doesn't have a clear path and can be a little treacherous with steep and crumbly rocks. Don't attempt this part unless you are an experienced hiker. Rainbow Mountain, Peru. Rainbow Mountain is set high in the Andes at a breathtaking 5,200 meters, making this one of the most challenging treks in Peru. The Rainbow Mountain hike is difficult in terms of altitude, but not so much in terms of distance and elevation. You'll be spending the whole time at an altitude over 5,000 meters on this trek. Being so high means there is very little oxygen to breathe, and the final 50 meters of the hike had me heaving for breath. However, once I had reached the top and my lungs had settled, there was no better feeling of achievement. Rainbow Mountain will be a challenging trek for many, but it is 100% the effort once you reach the top. Chapada Diamantina, Brazil. This route will take you up and over dramatic tabletop mountain plateaus in the heart of the Pati Valley, down to lush plains, past gushing fresh waterfalls, subterranean rivers, and amazing crystal clear lagoons hidden in caves. You can glimpse Brazil's highest waterfall, Cachoeira da Fumaca, stay with locals, pass by the tiny ghostly village of Runa, and through the Diamond-era stone ruin of Igatu. This is a swashbuckling adventure. Chapada Diamantina National Park is very difficult to navigate solo, and it is easy to become lost there, especially because the phone signal is unreliable. A guide is always recommended for travelers. Lost City Trek, Colombia. Also known as La Ciudad Perdida, the Lost City Trek is a treat for jungle trekkers. The trail takes you through dense jungle in Colombia's Sierra Nevada mountains to the lost city of the indigenous Tairona people. The trail is not technically difficult, but the heat, humidity, and mosquitoes here can be brutal. Thankfully, you'll have the chance to cool off with a swim in the Buritaca River and streams at several points along the route. If exploring remote archaeological ruins, learning about Colombia's indigenous cultures, and sleeping in a hammock in the rainforest sound appealing to you, make sure to put this one on your bucket list. Laguna 69, Huascarán National Park, Peru. Like liquid sapphire, Laguna 69's turquoise blue water glimmers in the afternoon sun. Surrounded by snow-capped mountains of the Cordillera Blanca, Laguna 69 is one of Huascarán National Park's stunning glacial lakes. Located at roughly 4,500 meters elevation, the day hike to Laguna 69, Peru, is a challenging high-altitude hike that starts at 3,800 meters elevation. There are several steep uphill sections, and most of the trail is exposed to the elements, so it isn't easy. It's worth it though, as the trail itself takes in plenty of impressive mountain views, and the highlight, Laguna 69, is incredible. Laguna de los Tres, Argentina. Laguna de los Tres is an outstanding day hike in South America that boasts panoramic views of Mount Fitzroy and its nearby glaciers. This demanding day hike in Patagonia features amazing scenery with views of Mount Fitzroy along most of the trail. The 12-kilometer hike to Laguna de los Tres, which has an elevation gain of 800 meters, takes around 8 to 9 hours to complete. Be wary of the strong winds in Patagonia. Also, check the weather before doing this hike, as the final ascent towards Laguna de los Tres is an exposed, steep, rocky trail, so it can be dangerous with heavy rainfall. Mirador Base de las Torres, Chile. The hike to Las Torres is usually done as part of the multi-day Torres del Paine trek. Apart from the strong winds, the hike is relatively easy with mixed uphill and downhill trail sections. The hardest part of this day hike is the last 45 to 60-minute hike up from Camp Torres to the Mirador Base de las Torres, which is purely uphill on uneven rocks. While the final ascent is challenging, the rewards of this hike are breathtaking views of the iconic Las Torres. Make sure to bring enough snacks for the hike. South America is a paradise for the ones who love to flirt with danger by going on difficult and often risky treks. A hike with difficult trekking involves high risk and is not recommended for the faint-hearted. As well as with such a diverse landscape and terrain, Europe also offers thrill seekers, avid hikers, and wilderness explorers a wealth of incredible hiking opportunities. We will visit the most thrilling hikes in Europe on our next journey. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for more upcoming videos, and stay tuned for more unbelievably wonderful in the next one.